Jeremy, thanks for joining us. Maybe you could start off by telling us who you are, who you work for, and what you do there.
Yeah, so thanks for having us. My name is Jeremy Burt, and I'm head of ERP products and integrated products at Paya. Formerly the CEO of Velocity Business Solutions. So we were recently acquired, and my primary role is going to be making sure that the customer experience and frictionless payment processes that we've built into Acumatica carry on through the product lineup at Paya.
So
So
recently acquired. How recent is that?
last Wednesday, we officially closed.
Wow.
So, yes, so we were supposed to have a booth here, and we decided to join forces here with Paya, and so we officially are in their booth now. So, very
Did
recent.
that uh did that last Wednesday have anything to do with Summit, or it was just a total coincidence?
Well, because we have really a core expertise in Acumatica. Obviously, Sean, my brother, who's our CTO, is the head of development over there now, and with Paya. And it, absolutely, timing was critical. I mean, that's really what pushed us to get the deal done. We really wanted to make that announcement here, along with our AP announcement that Paya is now doing an integrated AP product as well. So we're going to be fully integrated and automated AP and AR experiences coming soon. So yes, that was timing
Cool.
was everything.
Can you show us a quick view there of the booth behind you?
Yeah, yeah, you betcha. So
Okay.
we're actually over here. We're doing AP demos, and then
Okay.
got some of the team in here, and some of them are in breakout sessions. And then over here, we're actually doing our credit card demos and showing our machines and our retail solutions. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Cool.
and then of course, in general, Summit itself is pretty big as usual. Seems like the traffic here is probably a little lighter than we had in July. I think that's due to the recent COVID events and whatnot. But I did take my mask off for the for the so you guys could hear me. But we generally speaking, everybody is wearing masks and all that good stuff. I think that slowed down a little bit of the traffic. So
Is it one big ballroom, or is it kind of sprawling into multiple ballrooms?
same spot as last year with one big ballroom, really the same layout here at the Win. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting. So maybe you
yeah,
can tell us more about, I don't know much about I guess your prior company and now your
yeah,
current company and your approach to payments. When you say frictionless, I know there's a lot of payment solutions.
yeah.
Is there a differentiator on the technology side with what you guys do?
100%. So when we came into the ERP channel, Sean's magic is that he understands accounting process. He understands ERP. He understands the why, right? So when customers come to us with payments, the frictionless part is there's so many front ends, right, where the customers interact, whether it be a CRM, whether it be a sales counter for counter sales, your e-commerce experience. So our job and mission has really been to make sure that you can meet your customer with the checkout experience wherever they're at, right? And then everything flows through Acumatica. And on the back end, you're able to do a refund, a void. You can service that customer on the back end however is needed. And if they call you and need to do another transaction with you, that you have that token on file. So our differentiator started there with that true omni-channel experience. We've had a lot of success with counter sales. So folks that are running in Acumatica and actually want to use terminals at the point of sale, we enable that. We've taken the AccuPause product and built in our payments, and then we're within one retail on the full retail experience. What we've done differently though is we've taken care of the accounting folks on the back end. We pull back the settlement file and do all the bank transactions and clearing. So we actually do the bank deposit through an automated process. And I think the way to think of it is everything that matches goes away, and you're automatically just dealing with any exceptions. So should there have
Interesting.
been, yeah, and that comes really when you've got multiple branches and multiple locations, essentially lots of checkout experiences. You've got a lot of transactions on the back. We've got some organizations like you're aware of, like Dakota Red was a customer success story from Acumatica. think they had 14 or 15 locations, and multiple terminals at every location. And that one was one that's been really successful for them, being able to streamline this whole experience. Now,
can I ask you on that process? And you might not know, but do you know if does the data have to flow back to your system where the magic happens and then push back, or is that code that's happening inside of Acumatica and maybe part of the benefit of having someone who really understands Acumatica on the technology side?
Yeah, so all of the processing experience is you think of everything we do, it's just like you had done it natively in Acumatica. So even though we're taking it out to a credit card terminal or we're leveraging some other front end, everything is just like it was natively. So everything posts back automatically. All the releases, we have features where you can choose it to not release or auto release, and all these. We have a ton of functionality. We also have signature capture outside the transaction. So we have 15 or 20 different add-ons that allow you to customize how your payments experience is set up and that's really just around the retail side of it. When we get into the click to pay side of it,
what about that? Before you go to click to pay, what about that reconciliation part specifically? The one where you're doing the clearing, is that just happening like in Acumatica screens, and that's maybe something that normally would be outside of quote payments, but since you're in the space and familiar with Acumatica, you wrote the logic? Is that what's going on there?
Correct. So we added screens inside of Acumatica where it actually shows so you got to think of your deposit in your bank. Like Acumatica thinks that you did $10,000 worth of credit card processing on a given day, and you got $8,000 from the processor. Sometimes the transaction will get held for one reason or another, right? So your source of truth is really that that deposit that's coming from Velocity, right? And so we take that deposit and we clear all the transactions associated with it and show you if there's any exception. The exceptions really come down to at the end of the month when the fees come in, right? So we break down the fees and push them to the GLs as well. So we automate that. That's actually coming from an API from our funding side of the credit card solution, and natively built in, tied in right to the bank deposit process. So we're showing you all the transactions that match, accept them, deal with your exceptions and your offsets however you want to. And there's a ton of things you can do because you have all sorts. You can have chargebacks in there you have to deal with. You could be dealing with rental of your credit card machines. You want that to go to a certain GL, expense wise. So that sort of wraps up that thought process on the deposit side.
Okay, I'll let you go to click to pay next. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad you got some clarity there. Demos are always great on all this, obviously, but click to pay. So we actually have two flavors of click to pay. One is the anonymous payment link, and we actually build that into portal payments. So on the B2B portal, it's iframe, it's in the portal. They don't ever leave. So it feels like that it's natively built into the portal, which it is on the back end, but you're using our click to pay.
When you say the portal, do you mean the Acumatica customer portal or your own portal?
Correct. Both.
Okay.
We actually do payments in the B2B customer portal as well.
Okay.
And it's all of what we're talking about is credit card and ACH, by the way. But we also are rolling out this month a totally new, we call it Click to Pay 2.0, where it is a full customer portal where they can do multi-pay on multiple documents. We bring in quotes. It's sales orders and invoices. And we are working on CRM quotes too. That'll be our next release. But depending on which workflow you use, which most people will use one or the other, it's either sales orders or invoices, but the customer history is there. It's so tightly integrated that the customer experience for Click to Pay, we brand that as your company. And it doesn't have any of our colors or anything else. The only thing you see from us is a little Click to Pay logo, bottom of the portal. So the customer feels like they're in your company's experience of a portal, which is a great feature. And then they're able to see all the invoices, but we actually see all of the events inside of Acumatica. So your salespeople want to know if that invoice has been viewed. We see all of that inside of our portal, and you can do business events off of it. So, hey, I know that they viewed my invoice. Maybe it's time to follow up and see if there's a reason why they haven't paid that, because I know they got it. Right.
That sounds both interesting and creepy, but I know creepy is powerful.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's useful from, a lot of the AR automations have various things like that built in with notifications. And, but the business alerts are pretty powerful because sometimes, you will use it when it's paid. We notice, to notify another department to take action on some steps. So it's everything that we've done has been customer driven. A lot of people have asked us, even in the discussions with Paya about the acquisition, why does Velocity win? And I said, because we're agile and the customer tells us what we need and we tell them this is a great idea, we build it in. And that's what has made our product what it is today. It's 100% customer driven. So
yeah, and that's I guess where your native Acumatica knowledge comes in. Like I know we've had your brother on a live broadcast before, and he was at the Acumatica hackathon, and it seems like he's very into the Acumatica platform. And I'm curious, with the other products you do, when you're integrating with other products, do you get into it to that level of depth, or is there something special about Acumatica that's really attracted you to go deeper than you normally would?
I would say that you're going to see we're rapidly developing, and you're going to see the most exciting new stuff come into Acumatica. But I think as a company, especially
that's a good answer. That's the answer I was hoping to hear.
Yeah. Well, that's Sean loves the platform, number one.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's so flexible, and that knowledge base is really key. I will share with you a very, a differentiator with us. So we collaborate very closely with the partners. We had a partner the other day put a surcharge process in, and it broke our stuff. So we got a call from the customer saying, "Hey, our cards aren't charging correctly." So Sean jumps on the call. This is all happens within 30 minutes. Sean jumps on with the customer. He goes in and looks. He says, "Oh, you got a surcharge enhancement. Let's go ahead and look at that." He goes ahead and unpublishes the enhancement, and everything goes back to normal. He looks at the enhancement, figures out what they didn't extend and what was done improperly, goes back to the partner and says, "Yuri, here's your enhancement fixed, your source code. You can go ahead and republish it, but this is what you did wrong." And that's how we work with our partners we want to be an extension of their team, and we're here to collaborate. So whether we get the frontline call, we don't turn around and point the other finger and say, we have to go talk to the offshore team and then we'll get back to you tomorrow or the next day. And then, no, I mean, it's instantaneous feedback. So just as powerful as Acumatica is, we're right in that thick of it in real time working with our partners. And that's probably we all process payments, but we're innovating at a speed that is hard to replicate. And because Sean
you strike me as almost like you're sort of a payment provider. I mean, that's your main thing, but you're almost sort of a custom Acumatica developer shop as well. That's interesting.
100%.
To the point again about your other products, it almost seems like Acumatica is the incubation product, and then maybe you push features out to your other products too, but you're innovating a lot in the Acumatica product.
100%. And that's the vision. So we are backfilling all of our other products and tying, like we're taking everything we've done around our customer portal and now connecting it to Sage 100. And what's great is we know that these customers are eventually going to end up on one, an Intact or, an Acumatica, another cloud-based product eventually. Sure. So obviously we're big fans of this particular product, but as part of the Paya family, I think it goes without saying that we cover a lot of brands, and we just want to be known when people think about Paya that it's always the same experience. I'm going to get click to pay. I'm going to have counter sales. I'm going to have great support, and I'm going to have a frictionless experience. That's what we're hoping for. And it's just going to be filled with automation. That's our goal. So
that's cool. Well, hey, I'll let you, I'll give you a minute more on the, that you said there's something on the payable side of things. Maybe give us the 60-second version of that.
Yeah, well, that's about what I know about it right now. I'm still actually in the process of getting my demo.
That's fine. And, good enough.
So that's
it exists.
That's about all I got right now. We are in it is built into Acumatica. That part's done, and we're going to go ahead and essentially take that and see how much further we can make a seamless product. Right now, there is 2 different portals. Our goal, I think, in 2022 is to unify it and make sure that we have everything in one seamless product. And hopefully we can get there.
Can you answer me this, since I haven't been to that location in Las Vegas? Is it a long walk or a short walk from your room to get to the booth there?
We were just talking about this. It is a long walk. And
how long?
Yes, it's probably about a 5 to 7. In fact, my wife just brought me down some stuff for the booth, and she said going to look for batteries, and to get here, she already had 2,500 steps in. So it's a decent hike.
That's what I heard from last year. Well, it
Yeah.
seems still like a pretty classy venue there. Hopefully, next summit will be more people, but you're at least keeping the streak going of what Acumatica summit is this? Do you know which one in a row for you?
I'm sorry, which one?
Which number in a row of consecutive Acumatica summits is this for you?
Oh, this would be fourth. We started in Houston as a guest, as sort of a fly on the wall, and then we did the Cosmo as a booth, our startup, and then 2 now at the Win. So this is our fourth summit, and they've all
Awesome.
been just, each one just goes next level. I mean, the Acumatica does not do anything small. They've done, John and his team puts on a phenomenal show, and we're just super excited to be here. So I'm excited to see where this is a couple years from now. So
hey, congrats
great.
on the acquisition, and thanks for giving us a flavor of Summit. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you having me.
All right. Take
Alrighty,
care. Enjoy the rest
you
of the
bet.
time.
Absolutely. Take care.